Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Matre Namaha. Welcome to the Sri Vidya Temple's online classes in chanting. We'll be continuing our sessions of practicing Sri Lalita Sahasranama. This is a somewhat faster practice session, which is designed for people who are already familiar or already learned Lalita Sahasranama, but are seeking to refine their pronunciation now. So last time we had completed through shloka number 70. So we'll be starting with the 71st shloka. So we'll do the Ganapati prayer and then I'll start. Om Shuklam Varadharam Vishnam Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Viknopashantaye. Okay. Starting from Rajarajarchita. Rajarajarchita Rajni. Rajarajarchita Rajni. Rajarajarchita Rajni. Ramya Rajivalochana. Ramya Rajivalochana. Ramya Rajivalochana. Full line. Rajarajarchita Rajni Ramya Rajivalochana. Rajarajarchita Rajni Ramya Rajivalochana. Rajarajarchita Rajni Ramya Rajivalochana. Next line. Ranjani Ramarni Rasya. Ranjani Ramarni Rasya. Ranjani Ramarni Rasya. Excuse me. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala. Ranjani Ramarni Rasya. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala. Ranjani Ramarni Rasya. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala. Ranjani Ramarni Rasya Ranat Kinkini Mekhala. Next line. Ramara Kindu Vadana. Ramara Kindu Vadana. Ramara Kindu Vadana. Ratirupa Ratipriya. Ratirupa Ratipriya. Ratirupa Ratipriya. Ramara Kindu Vadana Ratirupa Ratipriya. Ramara Kindu Vadana Ratirupa Ratipriya. Ramara Kindu Vadana Ratirupa Ratipriya. Next line. Raksha Kari Rakshasagni. Raksha Kari Rakshasagni. Raksha Kari Rakshasagni. Rama Ramana Lampata. Rama Ramana Lampata. Rama Ramana Lampata. Raksha Kari Rakshasagni. Rama Ramana Lampata. Raksha Kari Rakshasagni. Rama Ramana Lampata. Raksha Kari Rakshasagni. Rama Ramana Lampata. Next line. Kamya Kamakalarupa, Kamya Kamakalarupa, Kamya Kamakalarupa, Kadamba Kusuma Priya, Kadamba Kusuma Priya, Kadamba Kusuma Priya, Kamya Kamakalarupa, Kadamba Kusuma Priya, Kamya Kamakalarupa, Kadamba Kusuma Priya, Kamya Kamakalarupa, Kadamba Kusuma Priya. Next line. Kalyani Jagati Kanda, Kalyani Jagati Kanda, Kalyani Jagati Kanda, Karuna Rasa Sagara, Karuna Rasa Sagara, Karuna Rasa Sagara, Kalyani Jagati Kanda, Karuna Rasa Sagara, Kalyani Jagati Kanda, Karuna Rasa Sagara, Kalyani Jagati Kanda, Karuna Rasa Sagara. Next line. Kalavati Kalalapa, Kalavati Kalalapa, Kalavati Kalalapa, Kanta Kadambari Priya, excuse me, Kanta Kadambari Priya, Kanta Kadambari Priya, Kalavati Kalalapa, Kanta Kadambari Priya, Kalavati Kalalapa, Kanta Kadambari Priya, Kalavati Kalalapa, Kanta Kadambari Priya. Next line. Varada Vamanayana, Varada Vamanayana, Varada Vamanayana, Varuni Madavihvala, Varuni Madavihvala, Varuni Madavihvala. So here in this line, notice the holding on ish or holding on hakara in vihvala. So vihvala. So it's a little bit challenging to hold on a ha sound, but it just takes a little bit of practice. So that final word is vihvala, vihvala. Now we'll do the full line. Varada Vamanayana, Varuni Madavihvala, Varada Vamanayana, Varuni Madavihvala, Varada Vamanayana, Varuni Madavihvala. Next line. Vishvadhika Vedavedya, Vishvadhika Vedavedya, Vishvadhika Vedavedya, Vindhyachala Nivasini, Vindhyachala Nivasini, Vindhyachala Nivasini, Vishvadhika Vedavedya, Vindhyachala Nivasini Vishvabhika Veda Vedya Vindhyachala Nivasini Vishvabhika Veda Vedya Vindhyachala Nivasini. Now the next line. Vidhatri Veda Janani Vidhatri Veda Janani Vidhatri Veda Janani Vishnu Maya Vilasini Vishnu Maya Vilasini Vishnu Maya Vilasini Vidhatri Veda Janani Vishnu Maya Vilasini Vidhatri Veda Janani Vishnu Maya Vilasini Vidhatri Veda Janani Vishnu Maya Vilasini. Okay, so in this next line, the unique feature is that there are many examples of holding after dirgha. And in this particular line, especially because the holding is, in some cases, is broken between separate names, people very frequently miss this holding. And so what happens is, if you're chanting the holding after dirgha accurately, then your line will end like a couple beats after anyone else who may not be holding correctly. So it is a little bit tricky because this line will take longer than other lines because of all the extra holding. Okay, so if we just take a look specifically for holding after dirgha in this line, we could point out the examples. So we have kshetra, so there's holding on the it in kshetra. Then we have swarupa kshe, so there's holding on the ik in rupa kshe. Then again, holding on the it in kshetreshi. Then again, holding on the ik in kshetreshi kshetra. Treshi kshe. Treshi kshe. Again, holding on the it in kshetra. Again, holding on the it in kshetragya. So there's regular holding after hrasva, and then there's also 6 examples of holding after dirgha. And it is very, very common to miss at least some of those examples when most people are chanting. Okay, so now we're going to start with the first half of the line. Kshetrasvarupa kshetreshi Kshetrasvarupa kshetreshi Kshetrasvarupa kshetreshi. Now the second half. Kshetra kshetrajnapalini Kshetra kshetrajnapalini Kshetra kshetrajnapalini. Now the full line. Kshetrasvarupa kshetreshi Kshetra kshetrajnapalini Kshetrasvarupa kshetreshi Kshetra kshetrajnapalini Kshetrasvarupa kshetreshi Kshetra kshetrajnapalini. Okay, so I did the line rather slowly and also emphasized all of the holding with a little bit of extra emphasis, just to make it clear. So I just want to ask, does anybody have any questions on this line? Okay.
No. It is
Amma, so we hold in 7 places, no, Amma? Here?
So there's holding in more than that, but specifically holding after dirgha, there's 6 examples. And then regular holding is 1, 2, 3. So there's 6 holding after dirgha and an additional 3 holding after hrasva.
Okay, Amma. Okay.
Okay, so it makes this line rather long. So like long in terms of the amount of time that it takes to chant it compared to other lines that don't have as much holding. Okay, so that's just something to watch out for. All right, so we'll go on to the next line. Kshaya vridhi vinirmukta. Kshaya vridhi vinirmukta. Kshaya vridhi vinirmukta. Kshetrapala samarchita. Kshetrapala samarchita. Kshetrapala samarchita. Kshaya vridhi vinirmukta. Kshetrapala samarchita. Kshaya vridhi vinirmukta. Kshetrapala samarchita. Kshaya vridhi vinirmukta. Kshetrapala samarchita. Next line. Vijaya Vimala Vandya. Vijaya Vimala Vandya. Vijaya Vimala Vandya. Vandarujana-vatsala. 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 Vijaya Vimala Vandya. Vandarujana-vatsala. Vijaya Vimala Vandya. Vandarujana-vatsala. Vijaya Vimala Vandya. Vandarujana-vatsala. Next line. Vagvadini Vamakeshi. Vagvadini Vamakeshi. Vagvadini Vamakeshi. Vanhi Mandalavasini. Vanhi Mandalavasini. Vanhi Mandalavasini. And here, just a small reminder of the role where we, in the word Vanhi, where the sound of the ha and the na is reversed. And that is a specific rule. It's not a spelling mistake and it's not a pronunciation mistake. It's a specific rule of pronunciation. So instead of saying Vahni, we say Vanhi. Because of our particular chanting tradition. There may be other people in other parts of India that follow different rules of pronunciation. So you may hear some people saying Vahni, but in our tradition, we say Vanhi. Okay, now I'll do the full line. Vagvadini Vamakeshi Vanhi Mandalavasini. Vagvadini Vamakeshi Vanhi Mandalavasini. Vagvadini Vamakeshi Vanhi Mandalavasini. Next line. Bhaktimat kalpalatika. Bhaktimat kalpalatika. Bhaktimat kalpalatika. Pashupasha vimochini. Pashupasha vimochini. Pashupasha-vimochini. Bhakti-mat-kalpa-latika Pashupasha-vimochini. Bhakti-mat-kalpa-latika Pashupasha-vimochini. Bhakti-mat-kalpa-latika Pashupasha-vimochini. Next line. Samhrita-shesha-pashanda. 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 Sadachara-pravartika. 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 Samhrita-shesha-pashanda. Sadachara-pravartika. Samhrita-shesha-pashanda. Sadachara-pravartika. Next line. Tapatrayagni-santapta. 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 Samahladana-chandrika. 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 And here in this line, we have holding on hakara, and it's also after dirgha. So that's the tricky part to this line. Samahla, samahla. Okay, so let's do the full line. Tapatrayagni-santapta samahladana-chandrika. Tapatrayagni-santapta samahladana-chandrika. Tapatrayagni-santapta samahladana-chandrika. Next line. Tarunita-pasaradhya. 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 Tanu-madhyatamopaha. 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 Tarunita-pasaradhya. Tanu-madhyatamopaha. Tarunita-pasaradhya. Tanu-madhyatamopaha. Tarunita-pasaradhya. Tanu-madhyatamopaha. Next line. Chitistatpadalakshyartha. 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 Chidekarasarupini. 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 Chitistatpadalakshyartha. Chidekarasarupini. Chitistatpadalakshyartha. Chidekarasarupini. Chitistatpadalakshyartha. Chidekarasarupini. Next line. Svatmanandala-vibhuta. Svatmanandala-vibhuta. Svatmanandala Brahmadhyananda Santatihi Brahmadhyananda Santatihi Brahmadhyananda Santatihi Svatmanandala Brahmadhyananda Santatihi Svatmanandala Brahmadhyananda Santatihi Svatmanandala Brahmadhyananda Santatihi. Next line. Para pratyakchiti rupa. Para pratyakchiti rupa. Para pratyakchiti rupa. Pashyanti paradevata. Pashyanti paradevata. Pashyanti paradevata. Para pratyakchiti rupa. Pashyanti paradevata. Para pratyakchiti rupa. Pashyanti paradevata. Para pratyakchiti rupa. Pashyanti paradevata. Next line. Madhyama vaikhari rupa. Madhyama vaikhari rupa. Madhyama vaikhari rupa. Bhaktamaanasahamsika. 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 Madhyama vaikhari rupa. Bhaktamaanasahamsika. Madhyama vaikhari rupa. Bhaktamaanasahamsika. Madhyama vaikhari rupa. Bhaktamaanasahamsika. Next line. Kameshvara prananadi. Kameshvara prananadi. Kameshvara prananadi. Krutagnya kama pujita. Krutagnya kama pujita. Krutagnya kama pujita. Kameshvara prananadi. Krutagnya kama pujita. Kameshvara prananadi. Krutagnya kama pujita. Kameshvara prananadi. Krutagnya kama pujita. Next line. Shrangara rasa sampurna. Shrangara rasa sampurna. Shrangara rasa sampurna. Jaya jalandhara sthita. Jaya jalandhara sthita. Jaya jalandhara sthita. Shrangara rasa sampurna. Jaya jalandhara sthita. Shrangara rasa sampurna. Jaya jalandhara sthita. Shrangara rasa sampurna. Jaya jalandhara sthita. Next line. Odyanapithanilaya, 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 Bindu Mandalavasini, Bindu Mandalavasini, Bindu Mandalavasini, Odyanapithanilaya, Bindu Mandalavasini, Odyanapithanilaya, Bindu Mandalavasini, Odyanapithanilaya, Bindu Mandalavasini. Next line. Raho yagakramaradhya, Raho yagakramaradhya, Raho yagakramaradhya, Rahastarpanatarpita, 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 Raho yagakramaradhya, Rahastarpanatarpita, Raho yagakramaradhya, Rahastarpanatarpita, Raho yagakramaradhya, Rahastarpanatarpita. Next line. Satyah prasadini vishva, Satyah prasadini vishva, Satyah prasadini vishva, Sakshini sakshivarchita, Sakshini sakshivarchita, Sakshini sakshivarchita. So here in this line, we have an example of visarga that comes in the middle of the line. So in this word sadhyaha. So when it comes in the middle of the line, it's pronounced in a specific way according to the sound that follows. So here, because it's followed by a pa sound in prasadini, it gets pronounced as an if sound. So sadhyaf, sadhyafra, sadhyaf prasadini. Okay, so this is a pronunciation of visarga that is specific to this occasion where it is followed by a pa sound. Okay, let's do the full line. Satyaf prasadini vishvasakshini sakshivarchita. Satyaf prasadini vishvasakshini sakshivarchita. Satyaf prasadini vishvasakshini sakshivarchita. Next line. Shadanga devata yukta, Shadanga devata yukta, Shadanga devata yukta, Shadgunya paripurita, Shadgunya paripurita, Shadgunya paripurita, Shadanga devata yukta, Shadgunya paripurita, Shadanga devata yukta, Shadgunya paripurita, Shadanga devata yukta, Shadgunya paripurita. Next line. Nitya klinna nirupama, Nitya klinna nirupama, Nitya klinna nirupama, Nirvana Sukhadayini, Nirvana Sukhadayini, Nirvana Sukhadayini, Nitya Klinda Nirupama Nirvana Sukhadayini, Nitya Klinda Nirupama Nirvana Sukhadayini, Nitya Klinda Nirupama Nirvana Sukhadayini. Next slide. Nitya Shodashikarupa, Nitya Shodashikarupa, Nitya Shodashikarupa, Shri Kantardha Sharirini, Shri Kantardha Sharirini, Shri Kantardha Sharirini, Nitya Shodashikarupa, Shri Kantardha Sharirini, Nitya Shodashikarupa, Shri Kantardha Sharirini, Nitya Shodashikarupa, Shri Kantardha Sharirini. Okay, so I'll just pause for a moment and see if there are any questions so far. Okay, sounds good. All right, so we'll go on to the next line. Prabhavati Prabharupa, Prabhavati Prabharupa, Prabhavati Prabharupa. So here in this line, we have an example of holding after dirgha that's frequently missed. And it comes 2 times in a row in between names. So we have Prabhavati Prabharupa, and then we have Prabharupa Prasiddha. So Prabhavati Prabharupa, and then Prabharupa Prasiddha. So notice how there's a slight holding on the ip in Prabha and Prasiddha.
It seems more difficult with this, right? Because if it was a short, like Prabhavati, is easy, but Prabhavati is not coming into the, not registering that.
Definitely. It's holding after hrasva is one of the easiest forms of holding. So most people will get that, especially if it's inside of a word. Sometimes it happens in between 2 words next to each other, and then people may miss it, but very commonly it's pretty easy to do that. Holding after dirgha, though, is especially difficult, and the most difficult is when it happens separated by 2 words or 2 names. So that's the example that we have here, where Prabhavati is one name of Devi, Prabharupa is another name, and then Prasiddha is another name. So they are separated. But we're chanting the full line as if it's one smooth flow. So that means that we have to apply the rules of holding across the entire line without thinking that, oh, this is a separate word or here's a hyphen here. It doesn't matter when it comes to holding. So these are things where when we learned, we would have just analyzed it in an ordinary way. And so we would have just chanted in an ordinary way without following that rule. But once we start to refine and polish what we're chanting, that's when we notice that, oh, I'm missing that.
Yeah.
And this is something that happened to me when I first started learning. It was about 30 years ago that I first started chanting Lalitha Sahasranama. And obviously, I didn't know nearly as much then as I know now about chanting in Sanskrit. So I learned in a particular way, which was, okay, but not fully accurate. And then once I listened to a recording of the Chalakere brothers, that's when it completely just hit me like a ton of bricks. I've been missing a lot. I need to relearn almost the entire thing because I've been missing a lot. So that was a big realization. So this is, typically this happens to everyone unless they happen to be enrolled in a traditional pathashala, which is very rare, obviously. So the vast majority of us are in the same exact boat where we're having to slightly relearn certain things and learn how to emphasize certain things if we want to be, as polished and as accurate as we possibly can. So it may help, for those who are following along, if you have like a printout or maybe one of your books that has LSN in it, you might want to take a pencil and just make make a little mark in these places that we tend to forget. And that can help as you're trying to learn this slightly more accurate way of chanting. Eventually you won't need it. It'll become second nature if you chant it frequently enough and really focus on that. But in the beginning, some little pencil marks could be helpful to remember.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so let me do, I'll do the first half again. Prabhavati Prabharupa Prabhavati Prabharupa Prabhavati Prabharupa Prasiddha Parameshwari Prasiddha Parameshwari Prasiddha Parameshwari Prabhavati Prabharupa Prasiddha Parameshwari Prabhavati Prabharupa Prasiddha Parameshwari Prabhavati Prabharupa Prasiddha Parameshwari. Okay, now the next line. Mula Prakrutiravyakta Mula Prakrutiravyakta Mula Prakrutiravyakta Vyakta Vyakta Swarupini Vyakta Vyakta Swarupini Vyakta Vyakta Swarupini. So here in this line, it's a little bit tricky because we have holding after dirgha, and it's holding followed by the sound vya, so in vyakta. So this one people do find a little bit tricky. So, and then it happens 2 times in a row. So we have avyakta, vyakta, vyakta. Avyakta, vyakta, vyaktas. Okay. So let me do the full line so you can hear it. Mula prakrutiravyakta vyakta vyakta swarupini. 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 Okay, next line. Vyapini vividhakara Vyapini vividhakara Vyapini vividhakara Vidya Vidya Swarupini Vidya Vidya Swarupini Vidya 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 Swarupini Vyapini Vividhakara Vidya Vidya Swarupini Vyapini Vividhakara Vidya Vidya Swarupini Vyapini Vividhakara Vidya Vidya Swarupini. Next line. Mahakamesha Nayana Mahakamesha Nayana Mahakamesha Nayana Kumudahlada Kaumudi Kumudahlada Kaumudi Kumudahlada Kaumudi. So here we have another example of holding on hakara after a dirgha. Ahlada, ahlada. So now I'll do the full line. Mahakamesha Nayana Kumudahlada Kaumudi Mahakamesha Nayana Kumudahlada Kaumudi Mahakamesha Nayana Kumudahlada Kaumudi. So also in this line, in the middle, there's a longer series of syllables that are all hrasva in a row. So from sha, na, ya, na, ku, mu. All of those are hrasva. So that's just a situation where you want to work on chanting those in a very even and steady rhythm. By observing the matras accurately. So I'll chant it one more time. Mahakamesha Nayana Kumudahlada Kaumudi. Okay, so you want to avoid being unsteady or elongating some of them or rushing through some of them extra fast. They're all hrasva. There's no holding. So it's sha, na, ya, na, ku, mu. Okay, so just you can work on having those come out in a very steady and even pace. Okay, now the next line. Bhaktahardatamo bheda Bhaktahardatamo bheda Bhaktahardatamo bheda Bhanumad santatihi Bhanumad santatihi Bhanumad santatihi Bhaktahardatamo bheda Bhanumad santatihi Bhaktahardatamo bheda Bhanumad santatihi Bhaktahardatamo bheda Bhanumad santatihi. Next line. Shivaduti Shivaradhya Shivaduti Shivaradhya Shivaduti Shivaradhya Shivamurti Shivankari Shivamurti Shivankari Shivamurti Shivankari. So here in this line, notice that visarga is coming in the middle of a line. And so it will be pronounced according to the sound follows. So in the case of Shivamurtihi, the sound following is Shi in Shivankari. So that visarga gets pronounced like Ish to match the following S sound. Shivamurti Shivankari. Shivamurti Shivankari. Okay, so I'll do the full line. Shivaduti Shivaradhya Shivamurti Shivankari. Shivaduti Shivaradhya Shivamurti Shivankari. Shivaduti Shivaradhya Shivamurti Shivankari. Next line. Shiva Priya Shivapara. Shiva Priya Shivapara. Shiva Priya Shivapara. Shishteshta Shishta Pujita. Shishteshta Shishta Pujita. Shishteshta Shishta Pujita. Shiva Priya Shiva Para Shishteshta Shishta Pujita. Shiva Priya Shiva Para Shishteshta Shishta Pujita. Shiva Priya Shiva Para Shishteshta Shishta Pujita. Next line. Aprameya Swaprakasha. Aprameya Swaprakasha. Aprameya Swaprakasha. Manovachamagochara. 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 Aprameya Swaprakasha. Manovachamagochara. Aprameya Swaprakasha. Manovachamagochara. Aprameya Swaprakasha. Manovachamagochara. Next line. Chit Chetana Rupa. Chit Chetana Rupa. Chit Chetana Rupa. Jada Shaktir Jadatmika. Jada Shaktir Jadatmika. Jada Shaktir Jadatmika. So in this line, notice that in Chit Chaktish, the cha is the Mahaprana version of cha. So if you're reading this in the English transliteration script, don't be confused. In English transliteration, the official version, just a plain C is pronounced as cha, and CH is the Mahaprana version, which is cha. Okay, so that's why it's chit cha, chit cha. Okay, so now I'll do the full line. Chit Shaktish Chetana Rupa Jada Shaktir Jadatmika. Chit Shaktish Chetana Rupa Jada Shaktir Jadatmika. Chit Shaktish Chetana Rupa Jada Shaktir Jadatmika. Next line. Gayatri Vyahritis Sandhya. Gayatri Vyahritis Sandhya. Gayatri Vyahritis Sandhya. So here notice the holding after dirgha, holding on iv in Gayatri Vya. Trivya. Okay, and then again, holding on the visarga in Vyahritihi. And this visarga will be pronounced as a sa because of the following sa in Sandhya. So it becomes Vyahritis Sandhya. Vyahritis Sandhya. Okay, now we'll do the second half. Dvijabrindanishevita, 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 Gayatri Vyahritis Sandhya, Dvijabrindanishevita, Gayatri Vyahritis Sandhya, Dvijabrindanishevita, Gayatri Vyahritis Sandhya, Dvijabrindanishevita. And again, notice in the middle of the line that there is holding after dirgha, Sandhya Dvija. Sandhya Dvija. Okay, just wanted to point that out. We've just got about 5 minutes left, so I'll try to just go through a few more shlokas. Tattvasana tattvamahi, Tattvasana tattvamahi, Tattvasana tattvamahi, Panchakoshantarasthita, 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 Tattvasana tattvamahi, Panchakoshantarasthita, Tattvasana tattvamahi, Panchakoshantarasthita, Tattvasana tattvamahi, Panchakoshantarasthita. Next line. Nissima mahima nitya, Nissima mahima nitya, Nissima mahima nitya, Yauvanamadashalini, 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 Nissima mahima nitya, Yauvanamadashalini, Nissima mahima nitya, Yauvanamadashalini, Nissima mahima nitya, Yauvanamadashalini. Next line. Madagurnita raktakshi, Madagurnita raktakshi, Madagurnita raktakshi, Madapatala 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 Madagurnita raktakshi, Madapatala Madagurnita raktakshi, Madapatala Madagurnita raktakshi, Madapatala Next line. Chandana drava digdhangi, Chandana drava digdhangi, Chandana drava digdhangi, Champeya kusuma priya, Champeya kusuma priya, Champeya kusuma priya, Chandanatrava digdhangi, Champeya kusuma priya, Chandanatrava digdhangi, Champeya kusuma priya, Chandanatrava digdhangi, Champeya kusuma priya. So I'll stop there for today and just see if there are any questions on what we went over today. Okay, Sounds like everyone is good. All right, so we made it until the 92nd shloka, which is approximately halfway through. In a week from today, we will not be able to have class as I'll be traveling, but we should be able to continue from the Sunday after that. So Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you very much for joining today's class, and we'll see you next time. Shri Matre Namaha.
Sri Matre Namaha.